Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to Anime King 2. And today I'm going to be giving you part 63 of Uchiha Naruto the Sage. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and go ahead and check out Anime King, my main channel, because I posted 2 new episodes over there. I posted what if Kurama gave Naruto a dojutsu, and also what if Naruto went missing for 4 years. And later on I'm going to be posting what if Naruto wasn't a Sasuke. So stay in tune and enjoy all the lovely what ifs coming your way. And on my second channel I'm going to be posting after this what if Naruto got a new bloodline. So stay in tune for that. And if you're new to Anime King 2 and this is the first time you're hearing my voice, what are you waiting for guys? Go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join the Anime King 2 family and be a part of the channel. And thank you for all of your help and your support. And also comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So yeah guys, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So the last time we left off, Naruto set Koharu ablaze with his Amaterasu as he was banished from the village, and Naruto left and tell them that he will be back soon, as he didn't take this banishment. He also came back to the village and explained everything to Yujiro, what happened, as he told her that soon, the both of them would be together again. Naruto then found himself talking to Hagoromo, the sage of Six Paths, as Naruto told him that do not watch over his life and he has nothing to do with him, and that he will gain power the way he sees fit. He will become the new god of this world. So yeah, after that speech was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the playlist and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. We currently start this episode with Gurren and Naruto on top of the Crystal Palace. You have been awfully busy today, Gurren said, as she looked at Naruto at the corner of her eyes. Naruto destroyed the wall around the capital and he also built a new one. And he uses Mokitan to build 400 houses. The houses were built after he destroyed the wall to enlarge the place. I have to prepare things for you, Conan and the others. For what I foresee, this place will become bigger than any other villages, and much more powerful than any village. As Naruto looked up in the sky, it was still noon, he could do so much. But he already exert so much chakra already. Conan, so I'm going to be working with her, said Gurren. What of Karin? She asked. Karin isn't suited for the kind of work you will be doing with Conan and the others. This is why I have set Uzu aside so that place can be her own playground. And you will soon be working with me in the near future. You haven't told me what I'll be working on with Conan, Gurren asks. Patience, Gurren. I have given you this capital to rule. You will be having an army soon, and soon you will be in the same league with the Kages. However, you will surpass them eventually. Conan also has the Hidden Rain, which will soon become a part of the kingdom. You will have to work closely with her. I will say you will be like partners. But for now, work with what you're given, Naruto said. Tell Conan to be prepared because when I return, she will be moving to Uzu, and with that he was gone without a trace. Hours later, the hideout. So, Konoha has rejected you again, Madara stated, as he was currently talking to Naruto. They were both in the training ground within the hideout. Naruto was sitting down on the ground in a meditating position. How much more can you take before you snap? Madara asks. Again? Naruto asks. Yes, again. You were made a Jinchuriki to protect Konoha, to be the hero of keeping the demon at bay, while they rejected you, and now they did it again. You know that they will never change, even though some of them are not that way with you. The rest of them will never change, and they will always hate you. No matter what you do, they will never change. How much more can you take before you realize that nothing good will come out of this world? Perhaps I become naive again, said Naruto. You are certainly not naive, Madara said. You are just allowing this to happen so you can achieve something. You will go through hell to get what you want. Have you ever been to hell before, grandfather? Naruto questioned, a little bit curious. No, said Madara. So why do you say that I'll go to hell to get what I want? Maybe it's perhaps no one knew exactly what I have planned, because if they do, they would attack the Sound Village a long time ago from left to right. But when they face off against him, he would just have to slaughter them, doesn't matter how much they were. Yes, you will go through hell to get what you want, because you're just like me in this result. You will do whatever it takes to get what you want. The little difference is that you don't manipulate people like me. As he then sit down beside Naruto, as he was standing the entire time. Only grandfather know me the best, Naruto said. You're still not answering me, said Madara. Why did you let Konoha cast you out like that? That act was unacceptable. If you wanted, you could have tear that entire village down by yourself, or even force them to scrap the banishment plan. It doesn't really matter. It's not like they can stop me when I step foot in Konoha. I can return anytime I choose, but for the next stage of my plan, I need to be outside of Konoha to make everything go smoothly. Madara shook his head. Sometimes I don't know what go on in your head, but it is fun. So when do you plan on hunting down the remaining bijus? Soon, very soon. I have to do something important first before I can think about doing anything else, Naruto responded calmly. But after that he wouldn't take much time though, as he would hunt down the rest of the bijus without much fuss, as he already know where they are located. Good. I was going to think you were going to let me wait, said Madara. If I had the Gedo statue, I would have started the hunt a long time ago. As he then paused for a moment. What did you do to the Gedo statue anyway? I knew that you wouldn't allow me to summon it, but I'm curious. How did you stop it? I merely sealed it and blocked any connection with your Rinnegan. However, I will unseal it when I begin the hunt. Just wait for a few more days. Madara nodded. Then, what do you think of the current cages? Naruto asked. Do you wish to test their power? As Madara nodded. But you will have to test them yourself. For a certain, I know that Tsunade will call a cage summit, said Naruto. The 5 cages will meet. You can test them there, but just don't kill them. It will be fun to see how the current cages compare to the previous cages. But I'm curious, Naruto, what would you be doing then? As he's sure Naruto wouldn't step in and spoil his fun. Oh me? I'll just simply watch, Naruto said. Aren't you going to be married to one of the cages? Will you just watch by while your fiancé struggles against me? Madara said, but he wasn't surprised if Naruto do that. It seems so, Naruto responded. But I did tell you not to kill any of them, and the experience for her will be good for the near future. I see, said Madara. So she's part of whatever you're planning. Apparently, Naruto said. The end shall be fun, don't you think? Madara stated with a smile. Both of us are intent of seeing our plan come to life. However, one of us will be the winner. But if you lose, you will still see your plans come true in the infinite Tsukuyomi. Would you be satisfied if only you got trapped into the Tsukuyomi? Naruto asked. No, said Madara. If I wanted something like that, I would have done it a long time ago. The whole world have to live in the Tsukuyomi. I figured that you would say that, but it does not matter. If I subdue you and cast the Tsukuyomi on you, nothing else will matter. You will be living in a world of dreams, where all of your dreams will come true. Madara then interrupted him before he could say anything else. If you're going to do that, then you will have to be the 10-tailed Jinchuriki, and you don't like sharing your body with anything. So, did you forget that you will need the Jubi's power to create a genjutsu that powerful? No, I have not forgotten. But grandfather, you shouldn't trust what you read. Sometimes someone else is pulling the string. At that moment, Zetsu appeared. As the both of them narrowed their eyes at Zetsu. As he then spoke, you wouldn't believe what just happened. What? Naruto asked. The Kage has sent a message to the right Kage so they could meet. But Tsunade has sent a message to all of the other cages so they can meet for the Kage summit. When is the summit to be held? Naruto asks. In about 2 weeks from now, responded Zetsu. This gives me time to capture 3 of the remaining 5 bijus. As he then paused for a moment as he stood up. I will see you at the Kage summit, he said, as he vanished. What do you think? Madara asks Zetsu. I think this will be interesting. And Naruto planned to capture Shikaku, Manatabe, and the Four Tails. This will give the cages a lot to talk about during the summit. Much of the blame will be sent to Konoha, and they will be frustrated because they don't know what Naruto is planning with the bijus. Later that day, in an unknown location, Naruto walked through a dark passage where his only sort of light was the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, as he was certain that he was the only one that knew about this place. Not even Madara knew that this place exists, as something was sealed inside of this place. It had taken him a long time to break the barrier to get in here. It was like a prison. Naruto then came up to a giant wall. As he activated his Rinnegan, he then muttered a word as the entire wall turned into dust. As Naruto walked in, he entered in a room that seemed to be another dimension, as the room just had 9 candles surrounding something of the form of a coffin, as the coffin itself was wrapped by black chains. It was also taller than him. Finally, Naruto said, as he walked towards the coffin. As soon as he passed one of the candles, seals erupted from the ground and wrapped all around him, binding him. Pathetic, Naruto said, as he quickly dealt with the seal that tried to seal him away. Whoever made this should have realized that the Rinnegan could absorb chakra. Perhaps they think that anyone saw this place would have went away, seeing that this place is a prison. Naruto then started to run through hand signs, as he went through a lot at a lightning speed. 300 hand signs that took him a while. When he finished, he slammed his hand on the ground and said summoning jutsu, but nothing happened. As Naruto then waited patiently, after a full 5 minutes, the place started to shake and an explosion of chakra occurred, as it was from the coffin. But the side of the coffin then started to get white cracks all over it, as the black chains started to wither away, as Naruto was pushed back by the amount of chakra that was there, as everything that bind the coffin broke into pieces, as Naruto smiled as he saw the woman that he was looking for. But the smile disappeared when he felt something behind him, as he quickly disappeared as something came to hit him. Naruto then turned around. Zetsu, what are you doing here? He asked, after dodging the projectile that Zetsu used to nearly pierce him, as he was certainly surprised to see Zetsu here. Black Zetsu. Ah, I missed. But it doesn't matter anyway, said Zetsu. Zetsu, what are you doing here? Naruto asked again. I never told you, Zetsu muttered. I knew of this place long before you were even born. I could never break the seal because I need the Rinnegan and the power that you possess. I was the one who led you here. Of course I had to make things look like you found on yourself. Because you're a lot like Madara, you're not easy to trick. But you know very well that things just don't fall into place. Are you saying that you manipulated me to come here? For what purpose? What do you have to do with that woman? I believe that I found out that Kaguya's soul was sealed here without you, Naruto said, as Kaguya remained quiet as Zetsu did the talking. Yes, you know that Kaguya's soul was sealed somewhere because Hashirama and his brother didn't kill her. However, you didn't know where it was held. The only knowledge you have was of her body. Oh, I see now, said Naruto. You are the one that wrote about the Tsukuyomi and tricked Madara. Hashirama told me that he never wrote those things. But I have to say, Zetsu, you really shocked me. I never thought that you would serve all 3 of us just to make your agenda come through. I feel so used. So what is your relationship with Kaguya? She is my mother, said Black Zetsu. As Naruto chuckled a bit, I will be laughing a lot harder at Madara's expression when I tell him this. He calls you his will, but to think that his will was using him. I have to say, you are a very patient man, Zetsu. Yes, I am patient. I was planning on using Madara to bring Mother back to living world, but you have done it in a different way. But at least you didn't cause me any trouble, Zetsu said. I am still shocked that you have been trying to get Kaguya back to life. I do know that the Tsukuyomi is real. This is what turned people into White Zetsu. So you set up all of this so that Madara could prepare everything for Kaguya's revival. You didn't bother with Obito because he couldn't. So you chose Madara and me because you know that we could do it, right? How do you know that the White Zetsus are a result of Mother Tsukuyomi? Not even Madara know that. Zetsu asked as he was quite curious. I entered your mind and read it. It was quite foggy, so that was the only thing I could get. Until now, I believe that Madara knew what happened to the people on the tree. But it looked like I was wrong, said Naruto, as he paused for a moment. I thought that you were my friend. As Zetsu was caught off guard by that, he wasn't expecting that from Naruto. I was truthful and I took care of your things. That you did, said Naruto, as he then looked at Kaguya. Hello, Kaguya. I have to say, I am curious why Zetsu would want you in this world. I have my own reasons, but I'm curious to what Zetsu's reasons are. But it doesn't matter, I will find out soon. Who are you, and how were you able to unseal me? Kaguya asked. Naruto smiled as he walked close to her. On some level, Zetsu was able to surprise me, but I am Uchiha Naruto, and I bow to no man. So it doesn't matter whether it was your son's intention for me to find you, I will still carry out my goal. Do you really think that you can defeat my mother? Zetsu questioned as he attached himself to Kaguya. I don't believe that you're that arrogant, Naruto. I cannot defeat her. Kaguya is much stronger than I am, Naruto said as he then chuckled. I am not even in the same level as Hagoromo. How can I think that I can defeat her? Then what is your goal for unsealing Mother? I am curious, Zetsu said. I want her power and mine. What? Kaguya asked. My Rinnegan has an ability to allow me to manipulate time and space. I can freeze time for a few seconds. However, it does cost me a little. Each Mangekyou Sharingan births a special ability depends on the wielder's desire. My desire for great power has given me a great ability to absorb anything biological. You can say that I can erase anything biological and rewrite it into myself. In simple words, I can and I will absorb you. When I do that, just because it was me that did the ability, I will still be me, but you will be inside of me. The fusion may change my appearance. I may even grow breasts, Naruto stated. This is how I will take your power and fuse it into mine. Stop lying, said Zetsu. You don't have the ability to freeze time. There was no one with that ability. Zetsu, I can travel through dimension, pull meteor from the sky. Do you really think freezing time is impossible for Uchiha Naruto? Even though Kaguya is stronger than me, she will be consumed by me, said Naruto as he held out his hands. Now come, there is no escape. Mother, I suggest that we leave this place. Naruto does not joke, said Zetsu. Naruto then snapped his finger as he froze Kaguya. Time was froze everything in the cave. As he then dashed towards her because he knew that he doesn't have enough time because she can break through it with her own Rinnegan. As he placed his hand on her chest and her body started to swirl as he consumed her, as there was a shock wave through the cave, as the entire ground started to shake, as the entire place started to tear apart. Well, it couldn't be helped. Uchiha Naruto was becoming one with Kaguya, as he was feeling all sorts of powers rush through his vein as the place was being torn apart, as there was a massive explode of chakra and the entire prison crumbled down. After the dust and everything settled, Naruto came out. His hair was still yellow as it went straight down, even past his back. It was that long, and he even grew a few inches. He also was wearing a long white coat that covered his body. As Naruto looked at his hands, I never thought that I would get this amount of power, but it hasn't fully settled yet. As he then laughed out loud, as he then looked down, well, I'm happy I didn't get breasts. As he changed, his attitude and whole, everything about him changed. It seems Kaguya's personality and everything was mixing with his, changing him a bit. Perhaps I should begin the purge and the redemption, Naruto said, as he held up his hand, and the entire underground started to tear apart as Naruto fly above, as he was now above ground. What to do now, he said to himself, as he then smiled. He then vanished. Hello, Kage, Naruto said, as he appeared in front of Gaara. Naruto, said Gaara, as the voice, the hair, the whisker marks, but he was taller, and his hair has grown much longer, and his facial features has also changed to fit his new height. But that was nothing. What was terrifying was the amount of power he was feeling from Naruto. That amount of power he has never felt before. It was terrifying. What happened to you? Gaara asked. I have evolved, Naruto said. I am not here for the small talk. I imagine so, Gaara stated, knowing that Naruto must want something for him to come here. Then what can I help you with? Naruto snapped his finger as him and Gaara appeared in the desert. As Gaara looked around, Naruto then spoke. I have came for the biju that resides in you. Gaara looked at Naruto. That isn't an option. If I remember sternly, if a biju is extracted out of his jinchuriki, the jinchuriki dies. I am afraid that I can't die now. Don't worry about dying. I will return you to your office safely when I complete the extraction. As Naruto started to walk towards Gaara, the sand around Gaara picked up. As Naruto stopped in his tracks. What do you plan to do with Shikaku? Nothing bad. Don't worry, Gaara. I only plan on ensuring that no one can ever become a jinchuriki again. I don't plan on fighting you over this. So will you just stand still as I remove your burden? Shikaku is no longer a burden to me. I see, Naruto said calmly. I thank you for sparing my life years ago, but I cannot allow that to happen, said Gaara. I guess I have no choice then, Naruto said, as he went through hand signs and slammed his hand on the ground, summoning jutsu. As the Gedo statue appeared, as the Gedo statue roared, as the sound teared through the desert in a terrified scream, as Gaara looked at Naruto, who got behind the summon and folded his arms on his chest, as he didn't appear like he wanted to fight. Is he going to let his summon fight me? That isn't just a summon, you fool, Shikaku growled out inside of Gaara's head. Then what is it? Gaara questioned. You don't need to know, but you cannot defeat that thing alone, and plus you have him, and you can sense that he's probably 3 times stronger than the last time you fought him. Then what do you suggest that we do? Run, said Shikaku. Gaara then tried to turn, but in a blink of an eye, Naruto appeared in front of him. As Gaara muttered fast. Do you want your villagers to die? Naruto asked. What? Said Gaara. If you waste time, they will know what is going on, and then they will come out here, and most of them will die. But Gaara wasn't going to give up, as he raised the sand under Naruto's feet, but Naruto vanished. But Gaara still started to raise his sand, the strongest that he could, as he pumped a large portion of chakra inside of it, as he hit the statue. But nothing really happened. The statue got back up, and it fired chains that pierced through his sand, as Gaara was forced to let Shikaku out, but that is exactly what Naruto wanted, as the chains then tie up Shikaku and start to rip him away from Gaara, as Gaara felt Shikaku leaving his body, as Gaara felt his life leaving him, as Shikaku was cursing, saying that he don't want to go inside of that thing, but it was useless, as it ripped out Shikaku and swallowed him like chakra, as Gaara dropped to the ground, as his vision started to get blurry, as he could no longer keep his eyes open, as he drifted off in the world of darkness. He was dead. A few minutes later, Gaara woke up as he looked at his hands. I'm alive? How is this? I am alive? As he looked around him, as he saw Naruto looking up at the sun, even though the sun blazed full power in the desert, Naruto was just staring at the sun. There was no more sign of that beast that Naruto summoned, as he then realized that he was no longer a Jinchuriki. Do not be surprised that you're alive, even though you died a few minutes ago. I already told you that I will take you back to the sand, Naruto said. Gaara stood up off the ground. I wasn't sure that you would take me back to the sand alive. You were never shown mercy to your enemies. You're mistaken, Kazekage. I am not your enemy. Konoha has banished you, said Gaara. I thought you would hate all of Konoha's allies, especially since I did nothing against your banishment. You consider me as an ally, since we once share the same burden. The banishment means nothing to me. I don't need Konoha. I have a question though. You hate those people, and what are you planning to do against them? Asked Gaara. You are a curious person, Kazekage. So, if I said that I want to destroy Konoha, would you stand in my way? Who knows, said Gaara. Despite my beliefs and everything, I will do everything to protect my village. Oh, everyone thinks best for their village. The elders of Konoha banished me, thinking that it would be best if I left the village, so they will keep their civilians alive if a war should break out. Gaara shook his head. What Konoha did is not a good thing. You were born in Konoha, and your father was a great hero. What they did was an insult to his legacy. I would not be abandoning them if I choose to protect my village. I will be giving them a chance to correct their mistakes. You have a good mind, said Naruto, seeing that it was a good idea to keep you alive. This is an interesting conversation I have with you, Kazekage. But now, let's return to your village. I don't wish to cause your village panic. As Naruto snapped his finger again, and they appeared inside of Gaara's office. What are you going to do now? Asked Gaara. I have to reach Kumo before the day's end. You're planning on taking their Jinchurikis. The Raikage will hunt you down for this. You know that, said Gaara. I am prepared to face that, said Naruto. Tell me, said Gaara, do you plan to use the bijus for war? Naruto shook his head. No, I have no such plan. I can assure you that if any village try to attack you because you no longer have the power of Shikaku, I will be there to crush them. And with that, Naruto was gone. At Kumo. So this is where you hide, spoke Naruto as he floated above Killer Bee and Yujito as they were at a remote island near Kumo. As Naruto looked around it, this place was used for training purposes. Both Yujito and Killer Bee were surprised by his sudden appearance. Naruto then dropped down to the ground. Who is he? Killer Bee questioned, as if he's never seen Naruto before. You fool, that's Uchiha Naruto, said Yujito, the former Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi. He has become much more powerful than before. That much is obvious, said Yujito along with her biju. What do you want? She asked. I am here for the Nibi, Naruto responded. You serious? Although Killer Bee knew the answer, he couldn't help but ask. He's serious, Yujito responded to Killer Bee's stupid question as she gritted her teeth. You saved me from the Akatsuki. Now you're here to take the biju for yourself? It appears that way. Now, allow me to take the tail beast without a fuss. That is not an option. I can't let you take her away from me. And I don't know what you plan to do with her, said Uchito, as she got into a fighting stance, and so did Killer Bee. You guys want it the hard way, said Naruto. But guys, can be end this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification so you posted. Remember to share to all of your friends on your social media platform. But for now, I'm out of here. Peace.